I haven't sat down and filmed a video in like a month and a half. Like, whether it's for YouTube or TikTok, I just haven't done it in a really long time. So today we're gonna do a get ready with me while I talk about my life. I don't know. I feel like my favorite YouTubers are the ones who like sit down and talk about like what's actually happening and like don't paint that kind of, you know, picture perfect version of their life on the internet. So, you know, I want to do that. It's so easy to just stick to doing like the picture perfect, everything's fine, everything's great. But honestly, like being 21 is really hard. Like, not just like being 21, like I think your 20s is hard in general. That's what everybody says. But I feel like being 21 and living away from your parents and living so far away from my family has been really hard for me. I guess it's just been harder than I anticipated it being. I absolutely love living in Louisville, don't get me wrong. I love my job, I love my boyfriend, I love my apartment, I love living with my cat finally. Because I was living in the dorms at my college and I didn't get to have my cat with me. My sweet baby Jazzy does have separation anxiety, particularly from me, and so it was really hard for both of us. And he's doing a lot better living with me. Also at my dad's, there was a really big pit bull. Jazzy does not do well living with dogs, and it was just not the best environment for him. And when I got him, he was just, you know, very anxious all the time, didn't eat very well, but now he's eating better, he's doing better. Unfortunately, he is like regressing a little bit. He was okay when I left for a couple days to go like home and see my family or like stay the night at my boyfriend's house, whatever. He was doing okay when I did that, but lately he's like pooping all over my floor again whenever I do that. And his litter box is clean. He has an automatic cleaning litter box. Best investment I've ever made, by the way. Very worth the $200. But yeah, he's struggling. And I'll be honest, like I've been struggling too. I feel like I've put a lot of really high expectations of myself. And I think I really forget to just give myself some grace a lot of the time, I guess. I've been through a lot, and maybe as I go through my healing journey that I'm trying to go through and I start like accepting everything, maybe I'll talk more about it. I've kind of talked like a little here and there on like my TikTok about the things that I've gone through, but maybe I'll start doing like sit down story times and like talk about what I've been through, like what I've learned, because I know there's somebody else out there that has experienced similar things, if not the same thing, who needs to not feel alone. And I think that like sharing your story can be very powerful. I've always shared that like I've struggled with depression and an eating disorder, things like that. Like I've always been very open and vulnerable with that, but obviously there's some things that I've kept just for me, because I don't know, I guess they're very taboo, they're very hard to talk about, and for a really long time I felt like shame with these things that have happened to me, even though I know they're not my fault. So I guess I've just been 21 and thinking a lot and really just trying to heal and like accept these things, because you know the past is the past. We can't change it, and so it's really just about moving forward and doing better. But lately I am chronically ill, and I've just been struggling a lot with my illness. I have endometriosis, and I'm on like day 30 of my period. Like I've been bleeding for like a month straight now, and it's obviously having an effect on my body. It's having an effect on my performance at work, which is very frustrating. I'm very much so like I want to be the best, I'm a perfectionist, that kind of thing at work. So it's very hard for me to struggle and like not be great. And you know, it's kind of just trying to adapt to a new environment. And I feel like I've kind of gotten over like being in a new environment. It was really weird at first because when I first got my apartment, it really felt like a hotel. Like I was just like waiting to check out. And I'm an 18-month lease girl. Like I'm here for a minute. And so it took a while to feel like home. And I feel like now I've gotten my bed and I've decorated and I'm used to my apartment. And like it might be a little bit messy, but like it's my mess and it feels like home in a way. So I don't know, like I've gotten over that, but it's just hard to be sick. And it's hard to be sick and not be like with your family, I guess. Like when I'm sick, like my mom and my dad, they've always really helped me. They've like taken care of me, things like that. And so it's hard to be sick on your own, which sounds really dumb, but it is hard to be chronically ill on your own. And like being chronically ill is a scary thing because it's like, what if the medicine doesn't work? What if I have to do this? What if I have to do that? And so there's just a lot of anxiety happening right now, I feel like. But I'm getting medication. I got blood work done and I think I am anemic because I've just been feeling like crap so much lately, and I'm hoping everything will work out so I can stop missing work and just, you know, be who I want to be, I guess. Like do as well as what I want to do, you know, that kind of thing. So I've been struggling with that. I've also been struggling with, like, I'm a very creative person. I feel like I love making videos and I love making content, but I've struggled to figure out like what to film and what to post. Excuse me, getting the hiccups. I feel like also like people on the internet are just so critical and so mean. It's hard to want to post sometimes because I could post a video and be like, hey, these are my favorite high-end lip balms. And, you know, I'm getting mean comments about the price. Like, I don't make the pricing. And then I could post a video about, like, my favorite drugstore lip balms, and people are like, everything drugstore's bad. Like, there's really no... like, you can't make anybody happy on the internet, I feel like. You know, it's whatever, but it does kind of get to you when you're really trying and you want to be like an influencer, you want to make content creation like a career of some sorts. I feel like it does kind of get to you when you feel like every video you make isn't performing well and like things like that. Like it just gets frustrating and a little discouraging. And you know, people don't really talk about that. They'll be like, oh, I'm stuck in 200 viewer jail. But like when you love making videos and like it's all you've ever wanted to do, it does get very frustrating. And I feel like saying it's all I've ever wanted to do is very dramatic, but I've literally been making videos for YouTube since I was 3. I had a YouTube channel. Ooh, my phone's a little crooked. I had a YouTube channel in like middle school and I posted on it all the time. It was with my dad and my brother and I absolutely loved it. And I kind of stopped making videos for a while because I've got in the way, but like I've always known like loving like making videos is my passion and like it's what I want to do. And I feel like for me, I really struggle to find something that I'm truly passionate about. I feel like that sounds so silly as like I talk about, oh, I love making videos, yada yada yada, but like career wise, I am 21. You know, I'm supposed to be making all these life choices about what I want to do with my life and like what my career is going to be and this and that. And it's honestly been a struggle for me because I feel like there's not like one definite thing that I really enjoy. And so I'm taking a little break from school just because I feel like I'm wasting my money right now because I don't know what I want to do with my life, and I'm not like, I am very passionate about mental health. Like I will always be an advocate for mental health, but I don't think I want to be a psychologist. Like I don't. I'm very advocate. Oh my goodness, I'm very passionate about like advocating for your health and like chronic illness, stuff like that. But like I don't want to be a doctor. and I did want to be a doctor, but then I became really sick, and I don't think I could handle both. Like, I don't think, you know, medical school would work with my illness and that kind of thing. And like, I really like my job right now. Like, I really like retail. Not all retail, but I love makeup retail. It makes me very happy. I love talking about makeup. I love doing my makeup. The biggest perk of my job is I get free makeup to try. Love that. But even then, like, you know, with every job you get worn down, and I feel like a lot of times in retail, customers are very rude and very mean, and it kind of gets to you after a while, because you're like, at least it gets to me, and I know I need to like get tougher skin, like whatever. But you know, the people I work with are amazing, and they're like, Lucy, like, you just have a resting nice face, and like, you are so kind, and like, people can't be mean to you, like, you just like radiate positivity, yada yada. And I'm like, that's so sweet, and I love that. But people are mean to me. People are mean to me, people are rude to me, and you know, it just, when you're trying your best, sometimes, like, if you're already having a bad day, like, it just hurts. And you know, I'll be the first one to say, like I'm struggling with my depression right now. I think it's just being alone a lot. Being alone a lot is hard for me, and I'm trying to get back my hobbies, like the things that I truly love doing. That's why I'm sitting here making a video talking, because I miss making videos. I do, and I'm trying to like get back into crafting. I really miss like sitting and watching YouTube and like making bracelets and stuff for hours. So I've ordered a craft table, because like my reason for months that I haven't made anything is that, oh, I don't have a table. So I literally ordered a table for crafting. It's like a sewing table. It's gonna be here in a couple days, and I'm really excited about that. But lately, like, just things that I used to really love just feel like something I have to do, like something I don't want to do. Like, doing my makeup lately has just felt like, oh, a necessity for work, because I work in cosmetics. It hasn't really been like, oh, I want to experiment and I want to play with my makeup and I want to have fun. And I feel like it hasn't really been like me just having fun with makeup for a few weeks now. And I think it's really just being sick is taking a toll on me. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point, but it's okay, because literally, you know who else rambled on YouTube and is super successful now? Trisha Paytas. She is literally an inspiration to me. She also has health issues, and she struggled, and like, you know, I love her. I really love her. She's such, I don't know. She makes me feel like it's okay to not have everything together right now, because she didn't, and look at her now. Like, and everything's gonna work out. I just know it'll work out, and a lot of that is because of her, and I keep telling myself it's gonna work out, and like, I just need to keep pouring my heart into the things that I love, and I need to take my medicine. But I really just, I need to not give up. And I feel like I kind of gave up on myself for a little bit the last couple weeks. So I'm getting my life back together right now. I've spent the day cleaning, because I feel like when you're sick and you're depressed, it's like cleaning just is on the back burner. And you know, I don't want my apartment to be gross and dirty, so I'm trying to get it all fixed. And I also feel like cooking's been on the back burner, so like I had to throw away a bunch of groceries that I bought because they just went bad, because I hadn't ate them, because I haven't felt like cooking. And it's a struggle, you know. And I think it's so easy to just look on social media and be like, oh my god, everybody has it together, and I'm the only one who's struggling right now. And I feel that way a lot. I really do. And I know, like, I post on social media and like I make videos and stuff, and I know all of it, like, it's just a highlight reel. But like it still is just so hard for me sometimes to accept that, even though I know it, because I'm just convinced in my brain that, you know, everybody in the whole entire world is doing better than me. And like, that that's not true, but I think our brains just want us to believe things sometimes. And I think especially like right now, it's really hard to be a young adult. It's really hard to be a young adult, and there's no arguing that because prices are higher than ever. And like my mom at my age, she was planning a wedding. Like, she was engaged, she was planning a wedding, she was worried about gas being like $1.96, she told me. And like now gas is like almost $5 where I live. And my 1-bedroom apartment, after utilities and stuff, I'm paying over $1,000 a month. And I'm making less than $20 an hour. So, you know, it's just hard. Like, I live by myself and I work as much as they'll let me. But when you work in retail, a lot of your hours are based on how the store is doing and like how much money they're making. And if people don't really have money to spend, then like the job, like retail jobs don't have as many hours to give. And I'm genuinely debating on like getting a second job just to work after work or on my days off, just to, you know, have more spending money and be able to not be stressed about money all the time. And I feel like that's a very real thing that a lot of people my age are going through. And I feel like there's a lot of like things my generation expected when we became adults that just aren't there anymore. I feel like, you know, $20 used to get you so much and now it doesn't. Like, it won't even fill half a tank of gas in my car. And like, I don't know. It's just, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. And I've always been a very independent girl. And so it's hard to struggle and like say that I'm struggling, you know? So it's also something I'm working on, is just being able to be like, yeah, like I am struggling and like it is a hard time right now to be a young adult. I know I'm not alone, like how I'm feeling. And I don't know. These are just all the things that I'm thinking right now. But I do know that people like my videos. I know that people, like, even people from high school, I was doing like TikTok lives, like doing my makeup for a little bit, and people were like getting on my live, like people I know in like real life, and being like, oh my gosh, yada yada yada. Very sweet, very supportive things they were saying. So that's cool. And it's nice to know that like even if only like 100 people see my video, like that's still 100 people seeing my video. Like, I try not to get too discouraged. But yeah, I guess I'm just wanting to get like my passion back for the things that I love and get back to doing the things that I love and just not feel like life is so heavy. It does feel very heavy right now. It does feel very hard right now. And that's why I haven't really been like creating like anything. And it's hard living in a new city. It's hard not having any friends. Like, I genuinely don't feel like I have anybody I can like call up and hang out with right now. Like, I have my boyfriend and I have like a friend online, but she lives in New York. Like, I don't really talk to anybody else. Like, I'm trying to like I mean, I have my family, of course, but they're an hour and a half away, so you know, it's kind of different. Oh, so you know, it's just, I don't know. Does anybody have like any good friends right now? Because I feel like I'm on Facebook and I always see people looking for friends, like people to hang out with, and like I feel like people are always complaining like nobody's really like a good friend anymore. And I feel like for me personally, I feel like I've always been a really good friend to people, but they weren't really a good friend to me, you know? Like, I feel like I've always been everybody's second choice. And after a while, you know, you get tired of that. You don't want to be the second choice your entire life. Like, you want somebody to be like, you're my best friend and I'm also your best friend. And for me, it's always been like, they're my best friend, but I'm not their best friend. And so it's really hard. And it just gets exhausting, you know? So I don't know. Maybe this is probably much more than I should say on the internet. And I kind of really doubt that anybody will watch this entire video except for maybe my dad. But I will probably revisit this video in the future. So future Lucy, I hope that it's going better. And I hope you can make a friend. And I hope your hair turns out good when you get it done this week. Because, oh my gosh, girl, these highlights are grown out. Grown out. It is May, and you haven't had them done since October. Get them done, girl. And if for some reason somebody out there did watch this entire video all the way through, thank you. And I hope that me rambling and sharing my thoughts and feelings made you feel less alone.